Hi, I'm Veronica. Welcome to Total Body Blast 5, a 10-minute, 9-exercise, full-body strength training circuit. Come onto your mat, hands and knees. Push-up position, hands under shoulders, straight line from head, shoulder, hip, and knee. Pulling your ribs in and engaging your glutes to stabilize your midsection. Inhale, bend your elbows, hugging in slightly to lower your chest to tap. Exhale, press up, lift your knees, full plank into full push-up position. Lower your knees for modified, or lift your knees for a full push-up. 10 total, alternating or staying in modified on your knees or in full push-up, knees lifted. Shoulders staying down and back, keeping your ribs pulled in to avoid arching your low back or sagging in your shoulders. Last one. Lower your knees, press your hips to your heels, tucking your toes, press back into your low squat, stand up. Grab your 20-pound dumbbells for your split squat. Standing in front of a chair or bench, make sure it's stable. Maybe 4 or 5 feet in front, feet parallel, hands by your hips. Reach your right leg back for the chair or bench. Toe untucked for a greater challenge, or tuck your toe for greater stability. Drop the back knee towards the floor as you bend your front leg, keeping your chest lifted, and then straighten your front leg for 10. Working your hamstrings, glutes, and quads. All those lower leg stabilizers on the left leg. Pulling your ribs in for great core stability and avoid back bending. Working your grip strength for holding the weights and forearm strength. Go as low as you can. Last one. Switch sides. Step your right foot forward, left foot reaches back. Toe untucked or tucked, your choice. Dropping the back knee towards the floor as you keep your chest lifted, keeping that straight line from head, shoulder, hip, and your back knee as you lower. You'll also feel a stretch through the front of your left hip slightly by keeping your hip forward and your ribs in. Last one. Set your dumbbells down close to your mat. Have a seat on your mat for chest pullover midline crunch. Take the band around your ankles. Grab your 20-pound dumbbell, holding it in the middle, interlacing your fingers. Roll down onto your back, taking your legs over your hips, legs straight, heels in, toes out, band tight. Arms over shoulders. Inhale, lower your arms overhead as you lower your legs. Exhale, curl your chin to your chest, reach your hands between your legs, taking your legs apart, and then back into your stretch and crunch. 10 total. As your arms and legs lower, keep your lower ribs and sacrum down on the mat, keeping a neutral lumbar curve. Avoid tucking under and pressing your low back into the mat, but also avoid hyperextending and bowing your back into a back bend. Feeling this in your upper body, core, outer thighs, and glutes. Keep your band tight. Last one. Bend your elbows, bend your knees, rock up to seated, set your weight down, take off your band. Flip over to your hands and knees for one arm plank reverse fly. Grab your 12-pound dumbbell with your left hand. Hands under shoulders. Step your feet back into plank position, taking your feet as wide as your mat for greater stability. Softening your left elbow, pull your arm out to the side, pulling from your upper back, lats, and biceps for 10 reverse flies. Keeping your hips stable here. Pressing the ground away, pulling your ribs in to avoid sinking in your shoulders. Last one. Switch sides. Taking in your right hand, take your right arm out to the side. Keeping your hips nice and stable, avoiding that lean to the side. Last one. Set your weight aside, lower your knees. Press your hips to your heels, tucking your toes. Press back to a low squat. Stand up. Grab your 20-pound dumbbells for your single leg deadlift. Hands on either side of your hip. Feet sits bones apart. Lift your right heel so you're barely balancing on your right toe, right knee bent. Pick up your right foot, kick the leg back as you bend your left leg, leaning over your front leg, and then bring your right knee back in for 10. Pushing through your right heel, pulling your knee in, tapping your right toe down as you need to in between, coming up. This is the balance exercise. We're working our hamstrings, glutes, quads, all the core stabilizers and hip stabilizers, the lower leg stabilizers on the left leg, creating a straight line from head to right heel as we kick our leg back. Switch sides, picking your left heel up, balancing, kicking your left heel back, leaning, getting your torso parallel with the floor, and then right back up, tapping your toe as needed in between. If you can, keeping the left heel lifted, pushing back through the left heel, then pulling your heel to your seat to come upright. Each side's a little bit different. Last one. Set your weights down. Lie down on your mat, grabbing your 6-pound dumbbells, belly down. Heels together, toes apart in your Pilates V. Grounding down with your legs. Hands by your hips, palms facing in with your weights. Inhale, lift your head, chest, and arms, lifting them as high as they'll go. 10 total. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift, but pull your belly button off the mat as you lift and extend your spine. Working your backside, working your triceps. Last one. Set your weights aside. Flip over onto your left side for forearm side plank leg circles. Taking your left elbow under your left shoulder, lining up your elbow, your hip, and your feet. Feet are stacked. Lift your hips, right arm up to the ceiling. Lifting your right leg, heel in, toe out, Pilates V. Circle your right leg for 10. Keep reaching that right toe away from you, heel in, toe out. Reverse your circle. Pulling your ribs in. And switch sides, lowering down onto your right forearm, coming through plank to switch to the other side. Left arm up, left leg up, heel in, toe out, circle. Working the upper body, core, and lower body at the same time, pulling your ribs in, reaching the left toes long, reverse your circle. Heel in, toe out to get the inner thigh. Last one, lower down. Press your hips to your heels, toes tucked, low squat to stand. Grab your 20-pound dumbbells for Sumo deadlift bicep curl. Stand with your feet hip distance apart, like the outside edge of your hips and toes turned out slightly. Hands between your legs, sit your hips back into a sumo squat, curl the weights up to your chest, turning the palms towards you. So hands face in and then palms face you when you curl up for 10 total. Lifting up onto your toes for extra balance challenge, adding that little releve. Last one. Set your weights aside, close to your mat. Have a seat on your mat for a Russian twist. Knees bent 90 degrees. Knees and feet together. Grab your 20-pound dumbbell, holding the ends of the dumbbell with each hand. Chest lifted, elbows up. Nice flat back here, straight line from head to tailbone. Lean back and then rotate from your ribs. Each side, maybe lifting the feet here for an extra challenge, but pulling your inner thighs together to avoid shifting your hips back and forth, rotating only from the ribs. So smaller is better. The more you hold your elbows up, the stronger the challenge is for the shoulder girdle. 10 total each side. Working those obliques and abs, shoulder girdle. Last one. Set your weight down. Good job.